Hi, guys. Hi, and welcome to Web Insurance's webinar, where we're going to be talking about insurance solutions for your small contracting business. If you are a small contractor right now and you're trying to determine what insurances should I have? Do I have the right insurances in place? Am I overpaying for insurance right now? A lot of these types of questions are going to be addressed by the show today. Now, Web Insurance has a special note. We just want to let you know Scott Taylor was supposed to be with us today. Unfortunately, he's going to be unable to make it today. He is an extremely consistent and professional man, and I hope you can keep Scott and his family in your thoughts and prayers today. But we are going to continue on today, making sure from Web Insurance that you get the information that you need about insuring solutions for your small contracting business. And we're going to cover a number of things today. You might have questions about general liability insurance. We're going to cover some of that information. You might have questions today about an umbrella policy. What is that? How does it work? What does it do? We're going to cover some of that information today. Plus workers' comp insurance and a variety of different things that you may be wondering, do I even need that for my small contracting business? We're going to cover that information today. I hope you're excited. I know insurance isn't always the most exciting topic to talk about, but you know what is exciting to talk about? Making money. That's exciting. At least for me, it's exciting to talk about making money. I'm always looking at ways that I can help make more money or save some more money in my family. And if you're like me, go ahead and put it in the chat right now. If you're like me and you're looking for ways to, let's say, I want to make more money, and that's you, go ahead and type that in the chat. It's me. All right. And if you're the person that wants to save some more money and maybe save a little bit more in your lifetime, go ahead and type that in the chat. I'm a saver. Type I'm a saver in the chat box if that's you. Yeah, I see you. I see you there. Yep. I see you there. Of course. Yep. I got another one here coming in. Yep. Kim, that's you. Pick me. Yep. Got it. Totally understand. You are either want to make some more revenue in your life or you want to save some more money. And I'm here to help you with understanding some of that from the insurance perspective today. So let's jump right into it. I know that you guys are excited to learn a little bit of information about Web Insurance. And so here at Web Insurance, I want to help you understand something right up front. We don't always focus on ROI. That's your job. What we focus on is helping you keep more of your hard-earned money. Have you ever heard this saying before? It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. And for those of you that answered keep, you are correct. We want to make sure we help you keep more of your hard-earned money. And so there's 3 different organizations under the Web Insurance umbrella. Of course, there is the Web Insurance platform here, and this is for property and casualty. We also have St. Charles Financial Services. This organization is designed to help you reduce some of these things we're going to talk about in just one second, called wealth transfers, and help you keep even more of your money in your financial plan. And then lastly, we have this organization called St. Charles Elder Care. If you get time for Medicare, and you're trying to make a decision on what to do, we have an entire team of people that's dedicated here to help you with all 3 major pieces of all of your finances. And so what does that look like? It looks like this. We have a whole team, a whole litany of people, and these aren't even our agents, guys. These are just the people that are here to support you from Web Insurance on the back end to make sure that your money doesn't leak out of your pocket. Again, remember, we talk about this whole program of keeping more money, and it's so important. We have an extensive experience with over 20 years in the insurance industry. Okay, we've been doing this a long time at Web Insurance, and Web Insurance brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to provide these top-notch solutions. Now, this is the important thing. We take a personalized approach. Most insurance organizations out there want you to fill out all your stuff online, get you a quote back real fast, and if you buy that quote because it's the cheapest thing on the planet, don't know if you have all the protections in place, haven't had that personalized approach. Web Insurance takes a personalized approach, and we look at the unique needs of each individual client, and we tailor, no pun intended, insurance plans and coverage options to ensure the optimal protection and your peace of mind. We have strong carrier relationships at Web Insurance, meaning that we're not a captive agent. We are a broker, and we work with a variety of different insurance carriers. And we have strong relationships that we have developed over these 20 years with multiple carriers that allows us to offer a wide range of options and competitive rates. All right. We're also customer centric. This is extremely important. There are insurance agencies out there that are sales based agencies. Warning, stay away. What you're looking for and who you want to work with are insurance agencies that are customer centric. We're a service based organization. Who we typically hire and fill our organization with is what you see on that screen right there, our support staff. This is what we're looking to do. If you have insurance needs, you need certificates of insurance to get out quickly. You have some service work. You have a change that needs to happen. That's why we've built this team for you, because we are customer centric to make sure that you have the solution that you need on the backside of all of the work of insurance. You want somebody that's here for service. We also take comprehensive looks at your entire insurance solution. So while a lot of other organizations out there might just quote you on the thing you specifically came in to request, what we might look at is there other areas that you may be losing money that we can help you with by maybe bundling or packaging things together. And this way, we can help provide the most comprehensive solution for you as possible. And then a couple other things, just quick notes. We are committed to your education. That's why we do these webinars for you. If you're a small contractor and you're on this webinar today, or you've been thinking about starting a contracting business, or you're watching this on replay because you have a friend or a family member that you're trying to get this information for, we are committed to your education. This isn't the only webinar we've done, and it's not the only webinar we're going to do. So we want to make sure you get the education that you need to help you make really good decisions about your insurance. We also, as a team, are technology driven. So we leverage cutting edge technology that allows us to work with our carriers efficiently and effectively to get things back in reasonable timeframes in order to make sure you get the solutions that you need. We also are a trusted advisor, guys. We're a trusted advisor. Our agents that work with you at Web Insurance, your team here, look, we care. We care. I'm grateful you've taken the time to learn about your small contracting business from the insurance perspective today. I'm grateful that you're taking the time to begin to understand the right ways to grow your business and your practice. Here's something that I didn't know that I wish I knew a number of years ago. Sometimes we run from the very things that are the things that are going to help us be most successful. Sometimes we run from the very things that are the things that are going to help us be most successful. When I bring up the word insurance to a number of people in my group, in my peer group, when I bring up insurance to people, when I do public speaking, the crosshairs come up and their walls come up. And what I want to say to you today, just so that you get all of the information and you don't leave anything out, please don't think that today I want you to buy any insurance from Web Insurance. The goal of today is to help you understand your insurance needs so that you can make good decisions when you purchase insurance in the future. Okay? All right. If you can bear with me through that, go ahead and put in the chat. I get it, Nathan. Let's move on. All right. We're going to move it on then. So again, Scott couldn't be with us today, but Scott, who's our VP of Risk Management here at Web Insurance and is an advisor, has 25 years of experience. He's a member of BNI. He's been a member of the Chamber of Commerce here locally. In his spare time, he enjoys time with his family and friends like most of us. Don't you enjoy time with your family and friends? I sure do. I care tremendously about them. And Scott is active in his church and community. We have a local presence here in St. Charles. We have a local presence. We have a local building in St. Charles. We have a local presence in St. Charles, and we understand St. Charles nuances that kind of make that a little bit different and unique as an insurance agency. All right. So who is this information for today? It says small contracting business, and you're wondering, is my business qualify as a small contracting business? Well, this presentation today, this information today is designed for tree companies with integrity. It's designed for honest home renovators. It's designed for passionate craftsmen, likable landscapers, local builders, property restorers, plumbers, electricians. If you have a small contracting business, this information will resonate with you. Now, it depends on the type of small contracting business you have, because you might be like these. This is not who this information is for. So if this is you, you don't even need to be on this presentation anymore. You can drop off. If you're a fly-by-night contractor, you're trying to get in and get out and get a quick buck, this program will not work for you. It's a waste of your time. Cutting corners construction. If you look for cutting corners and every which way to cut corners and not do things right, I'm going to tell you right now, this presentation wouldn't be for you. If you're a dishonest developer, please don't stay on. And if you're a short-sighted renovator, again, this information won't work for you. Outside of that, if you're in the small contracting business, I think we've got a pretty good program for you today. We want to make sure that you get everything you need in order to help you be successful. So I have a question for you. And if we were sitting across the table from each other, this would be the question that I'd ask you. Have you actually taken the time to review the appropriate coverages for your contracting business? Have you actually taken the time to review the appropriate coverages? Or did you just buy what you thought you needed? See, that question haunts a number of businesses that we worked with at first. And when we sit down and we review comprehensively the insurance programs, we find multiple gaps and overspending on a regular basis. And so hold in there, because I understand you're not interested in any more insurance. And guys, this program today is for you if you're not interested in any more insurance. What I hear people say when they say I'm not interested in any more insurance is, I don't want to spend any more money on insurance. And God love you, I understand. I don't want you to spend any more money on insurance either. What I want you to do is to understand the proper coverages that you need and what those coverages are designed to do. All right. How about this one here? This might be you too. I'm too small for insurance. I just got started in my business. Well, if you're not a fly-by-night contractor, the information in this program today will at least open your understanding to the insurances that are available out there and why you might need some of those different insurances or might not need some of those insurances. How about this one? I already have insurance. And that's exactly why we created this program for you today. Look, I don't know too many small contractors that don't carry a couple different insurance policies on their business and on their equipment. However, do you have the right insurance coverages? So you're going to want to hang in there till the end so that you can have a thorough understanding of the education that we have for today. And if you're wondering, how does web insurance compete or compare to other insurance brokers and other insurance carriers out there? Well, it doesn't have to be what we say. Let me tell you what some of our clients have to say. So here, Fred and Patricia said that we're honest and very helpful. If you can't tell that already, we think integrity is one of the most important pieces of this whole insurance piece and doing the right thing. I'm retiring in a year, and this is what Philip had to say. I'm retiring in a year, and for a while, I was unsure how to prepare financially. I had numerous savings accounts, IRAs, and mutual funds. Web insurance guided me through in consolidating all of my assets and then tax sheltering a large portion of my savings. I'm 100% confident that I will enjoy my retirement and not have to worry about affording it. Thank you, Web Insurance. So Web Insurance not only worked with this gentleman on his insurance programs, but you can see here that we help Philip also with a number of other financial planning through the sister companies. All right. And how about this one here? Mark and Cynthia had this to say. They have taken good care of our family for years. So if you're wondering, what do we do? How does this all work? Let me give you a little bit of insight into our organization and what we're actually looking at. All right. You got to understand wealth transfers for small contractors. And really, there are two main categories of wealth transfers. There is unknown wealth transfers. These are often unseen, automatic, or unintentional transfers of money that occur without your awareness. This is transfers of funds that you may be losing unknowingly or unnecessarily. And then there's known wealth transfers. These are planned or intentional transfers. You understand where your money's going, and you've made the decision to allow it to happen. So I got to ask the question then, do you know if this is you? Like, is money just leaking out of your bucket? Are you just losing money every single day as a contractor and not knowing it? Or is this you? Did you maybe put a couple of things in place? Yeah, I'm not losing any money. I'm not down that path. I don't have all the holes in my bucket. I just have a couple of holes. Wouldn't you rather be like this? All the holes sealed up and you get some growth? maybe, just maybe, you've been working at your contracting business for years, okay? And after a number of years, you're like, why am I still not making ends meet? Why do I feel like I'm still living week to week? I can't afford to pay my guys. I've got to borrow money. I got to rob Peter to pay Paul. It might just be that you don't understand something, that the guys who are making all of the money in the contracting industry, specifically in St. Louis and St. Charles, but all around the country, maybe they understand something that you just don't understand about money. And so today I'm going to share with you, before we get into the different insurances programs, I'm going to share with you a critical piece. I call this critical piece the financial pyramid. The financial pyramid is going to help you lay a foundation of what your finances might or should look like and where you should be investing your money so that you can have those holes in the bucket filled and have the most success investing in things where you can take some risk. All right. So with that understanding, let me share with you this thing that I'm going to call the financial pyramid. Now, I didn't create the financial pyramid. That's the other thing. I'm not that smart. However, there are some very, very smart people out there who took the time to break down what they were doing, having a lot of success with it. And this is what we work our clients around, this understanding of protecting your wealth in the financial pyramid. So what does the financial pyramid say? The base is protection. This is your insurance, legal protection. This is emergency fund money. This is the in case things happen base. And that is the foundation that builds a strong financial pyramid. Again, I didn't write this financial pyramid. I'm just sharing with you information that we learned at St. Charles Financial and at Web Insurance along the way that has given us the ability to have a better understanding of what builds a solid foundation for your business. Here's the next thing, savings. Savings, this is where we can acquire tools and equipment and maintain business reserves and invest in business growth like marketing and expanding our businesses. Look, guys, this is one of the major problems that I have found. If you're a small contractor, you might be thinking, I thought this was going to be all about insurance today and helping me understand my insurances. And we are. But before I can build to help you understand your insurances, I need you to understand where you're putting your funds so that you can, where did it all go? Well, maybe now you should start analyzing and paying attention to where everything's going. Like I once heard a wise mentor of mine say, you want to be CEO of the organization that you work for right now. And I was like, yeah, I believe I could. He was like, question for you. Did you clean your garage recently? See, if you don't have a clean garage, you can't figure out how to get the garage cleaned. How do you expect to be CEO of an organization? Same is true about our finances. Like if you don't know where it all goes, really, should you be the CEO of your small contracting business? This is something that takes intention, guys. In order to get your finances to grow, one of the first laws is, in the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth from John Maxwell, the first law is the law of intentionality. And you got to know where you want to grow. And so you got to understand, you got to document and decipher your protections that you have in place and your savings you have in place. All right. So now, what's the next step? We've talked about protection. We've talked about savings. What about this piece here? Growth. Growth. Where do you want to get your growth from? Then we invest in growth. This is where we diversify investments into things such as real estate, contribute additional money to maybe an IRA. This is maybe where you build non-registered investment portfolios. And then lastly, we have risk. This is where you can take some risk, right? And this shows you in proportion to the amount of funds. Now, I don't know exactly what your finances look like, but if you look at the pyramid, you can see the base is where you spend the most. Savings is where you have a little bit. Growth is where you have a little bit less, and risk is at the very peak of this whole situation. And this plugs the bucket, guys. This plugs the bucket. This takes you from where you are to where you want to go. This is what the big guys do in order to protect themselves. Okay? All right. So before we go any further, if there was any presentation and you do have any desire to get some more information from Web Insurance about your insurances, I'm going to go ahead and allow this up on the screen for just a few seconds so that you can see. You can call our number at 636-946-0001 or visit www.webinsurance.com. Either one of those will get you information and tools and additional resources that you need for your small contracting business from the insurance perspective. So if you want somebody to review this information with you, they want to see, have you invested your money properly in the protection? Are you setting aside the appropriate amount of savings? Give us a call. We'll be happy to help you out with your program and make sure that you have all of the protections in place so that your money's not leaking out of your bucket. All right. So I found this cartoon online on Facebook, actually, and it reminded me of this conversation today. And so it says, "Look out, ice hole." And then the other reindeer happens to say, "What did you call me?" I know it's too soon for Christmas, right, guys? But I don't want you to feel like that deer. I'm about to show you a bunch of information. And the information I'm going to go over with you might feel like I'm pointing some things out that you don't have. I don't want you to shoot the messenger today. I don't want you to be upset with the messenger today. I want you to relax and just understand that the information that I'm sharing with you is designed to help you. It's designed to provide you more information and more education. So if you're ready to understand and learn about insurance, go ahead and put into the chat right now. I'm ready. I'm ready. Throw it in the chat. If you're watching live online or you're watching on replay, go ahead at this very point and type "I'm ready," and I'll get this information to you. All right. Here we go. Let's talk about some facts. What do the facts say, right? I'm not a big believer in what web insurance says, so I've gone through and there's going to be a lot of facts today. Don't allow the facts of today to distract you from the learning. I'm going to share the facts with you so you can have an understanding, okay? So what do the facts say? The facts say this: the risk of a lawsuit. Approximately 40% of small businesses are likely to experience a property or general liability claim within the first 10-year period. 40% of small businesses are likely to experience a property or general liability claim within the first 10-year period. This underscores the need for general liability insurance to protect against potential legal issues. How about this? High cost of claims. The average cost of a customer injury or damage claim is about $30,000. General liability insurance can help you cover these expenses, protecting a small contractor's bottom line. How about this one? The frequency of a claim. Slips and falls incidents are one of the typical claims covered by general liability insurance. They occur frequently, and according to the National Floor Safety Institute, over 8 million hospital emergency room visits are a result of falls annually in the U.S. Such claims can be detrimental to small businesses without proper insurance coverage. Or this one, protection against common risk. General liability insurance covers many of the most common risk factors by contractors, such as bodily injury, property damage on a job site, and in a survey, 21% of contractors with CGL claims were for property damage. That's commercial general liability claims. They were for property damage, and 17% were for bodily injury. Here's another one. Impact on your business opportunities. Many clients require contractors to have general liability insurance before signing a contract. Without this insurance, contractors like yourself might lose out on valuable opportunities. And lastly, how about this one? Legal requirements. Some jurisdictions, general liability insurance is legally required for contractors, and non-compliance can lead to fines, penalties, or even suspension of a contractor's license. You're going to need to check with your jurisdiction depending on where you are. So, general liability insurance provides coverage for third-party bodily injury, property damage, and related legal costs. It protects your business from lawsuits and claims resulting from accidents and incidents that occurred during your operations period. And having this insurance is vital as it safeguards your business from unexpected financial burdens and potential lawsuits. Now, I want you to understand something. Am I telling you that you should have general liability insurance? It's likely that you should have general liability insurance. You should consult with your insurance advisor and see if this type of coverage is right for your business. All right. You should consult with your insurance advisor and see if this is right for your business. I am not telling you what insurance is to get today, guys. I am telling you what you need to know and understand so that you can do the right thing. And it just so happens that Peter Drucker, famous management guru, said management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things. And so you need to speak with advisors to make sure that you are doing the right things in your business. You might be managing, you might be doing things right. You might have filled out the applications right. You might have purchased things correctly. But do you have the right things in place? That's leadership. And that's working with many counselors to be able to help you make the decisions on what's right for you in your business. All right. I got some more facts to share with you. We're not done. So, what do the facts say? There's some risk of property damage. About 1 in 50 insured homes has a property damage claim related to wind or hail. For commercial properties, there's similar risks that apply, and they underscore the importance of property insurance and protection. The national disaster impact in 2020 alone, the U.S. experienced 22 separate billion-dollar weather and claim disasters. Let me explain that again. In 2022 alone, the U.S. experienced 22 separate billion-dollar weather and climate disasters. Commercial property insurance coverage can cover damages from such unexpected events. Fire risk. Commercial fires caused $4.3 billion in property damage, and this was in 2022. Vandalism and theft. In 2019, businesses experienced over 330,000 burglaries and robberies. Commercial property insurance can provide coverages for those losses. Impact on business continuity. Over 25% of businesses do not reopen after a major disaster. And I don't want that to be you. How about this? Tailored to contractors, specific to contractors, property insurance can cover vital tools and equipment. And a study found that a tool theft cost the construction industry nearly around $1 billion in the U.S. If you don't understand what we're talking about here, this is critically important to you. It's called commercial property insurance. And so commercial property insurance covers your physical business assets, such as buildings, equipment, tools, and inventory. It covers losses due to fire, theft, vandalism, and other covered perils. And it's also crucial for protecting your investments and ensuring that your business can recover from related risks. So it's so important that you have general liability insurance understanding and an understanding of commercial property insurance. But there's more facts and more insurance to understand. How about this fact here? Frequency of injuries. In the construction industry, we know that 1 in 10 workers are going to be injured every year. Workers' compensation insurance can cover medical costs and lost wages. The cost of injury. The average workers' compensation claim in the construction industry is approximately $42,000. And without proper insurance, this could significantly affect your small contractor's finances. How about this? Legal requirements. In most states, workers' compensation insurance is legally required if a business has employees. Failing to carry it can lead to fines and possibilities of penalty. So, in your specific state, make sure that you understand, and in your specific municipality or jurisdiction, make sure you understand whether this is a requirement or not. How about fatal injuries? And the construction industry accounts for 20% of all private industry fatalities. 20%. Workers' compensation helps families cope with the financial aftermath of these tragic events. And this one, how about this? Return to workers' compensation understanding, return to work. So, return to work. Workers' compensation insurance often includes rehabilitation and return to work programs, helping injured employees get back on the job. These programs can reduce cost of claims by 30%. And impact on your business reputation. Failing to provide workers' compensation may lead to negative publicity, even harm a contractor's reputation, affecting future business opportunities. So, workers' compensation insurance. Let's talk about it for a second. Workers' compensation insurance is mandatory in most states and provides benefits to employees who suffer from work-related injuries. It covers major medical expenses, lost wages, and rehabilitation costs. Having workers' compensation insurance not only ensures compliance with legal requirements, but also provides financial protection for your employees and your business. I am not talking about the need for medical insurance in your business. That may be, but that's not even in the program today. What is in the program today is workers' compensation insurance, and understanding your need and responsibility to yourself and your employees, what workers' and compensation insurance can do for your business and how it helps plug those holes. All right. But that's not the only facts we have for today. There's lots more facts to come. Vehicle theft. In 2019, motor vehicle was stolen every 42.4 seconds in the U.S. Now, I'm not certain what that means for this presentation today, but we've been going on about 31 minutes. That means that there may have been a little more than 32 vehicles stolen just during the time of this presentation. Commercial auto insurance can provide coverage for theft or damage to business vehicles. So commercial auto insurance. This is different than regular auto insurance. It's understanding it from the commercial perspective. Legal requirements. Most states require commercial auto insurance to drive your vehicle. Non-compliance can result in fines and legal penalties, okay, and potential litigation. So with the rise of litigation and auto-related incidents, having the proper commercial auto insurance, if you're driving commercially, provides the necessary shield against potential lawsuits for small contractors. So again, easy way to leak money out of that bucket if you don't have the proper commercial auto insurances in place. Commercial auto insurance covers the vehicle use for business purposes such as work trucks and vans. It also provides coverage for accidents, injuries, property damage that may occur while using these vehicles for business operations. And having this insurance is necessary to protect your business and employees while on the road. All right. You guys ready for some more facts? Let's go through them. What do the facts say? Well, the frequency of claims. A study found that 20% of all small businesses face legal action at some point. E&O insurance covers defense costs and damages related to professional services. How about this? The cost of legal defense. Even if a lawsuit is groundless, the average defense of a professional liability claim can be around $50,000. E&O insurance helps small contractors handle these costs. Rising legal costs. Legal costs have been steadily rising, with litigation costs in the U.S. reaching $343 billion in 2018 and has continued to increase since then. E&O insurance can protect small contractors from these increasing expenses. Many clients now even require contractors to carry E&O insurance. Without it, small contractors might lose out on potential business. Tailored coverage. E&O insurance is often customized to specific risks faced by contractors, such as construction errors, design flaws, and contractor breaches. The right coverage can mitigate the financial impact of these professional risks. And lastly, reputation management. Lawsuits can harm small contractors' reputation. Having E&O insurance demonstrates a commitment to professionalism and responsibility, enhancing trust with clients and potential customers. Now, guys, we have talked about a number of insurances so far, and we're not done. But having professional liability insurance in place is extremely important, otherwise known as errors and omissions insurance. We've talked about general liability. We've talked about workers' comp. We've talked about commercial auto and professional liability insurances. I would hate for you to be in a situation where you could present a proposal to somebody in the very near future and you lose that proposal and lose the possibility for that income. Remember the buckets, leaking money? You lose the possibility for that income or that job because you didn't have the proper insurances in place. If you're a business owner and you're looking to grow your business, might it be wise to be prepared to grow that business, have the proper savings in place, and take the necessary growth risks like we talked about in the financial pyramid so that you can accomplish the goals that you have for your business. So errors and omissions insurance is professional liability insurance that protects your business against claims of professional negligence, errors, and omissions that result from financial losses of your clients. It's also crucial for contractors who provide advice like design services or consulting work, as it shields your business from potential lawsuits arising from any dissatisfied customers. If you're like me, have you ever had a dissatisfied customer in your past or your history? Ever known anybody who was a little upset or angry? Well, it might be wise to have the proper professional liability insurances in place. If that's you, and you raised your hand and said, that's me, I've had angry customer before. I've dealt with an angry customer. I'll tell you a story. I was back a while ago, back when I was in college. I had a buddy of mine, and we started a lawn care and landscaping business. And we didn't have all the proper insurances in place. In fact, we made plenty of mistakes along the way. I will tell you this. There was one client that we did some exceptional work for. I mean, we edged out his front yard, just doing lawn care, right? We cut all of his grass. It was beautiful. Unfortunately, when we were weed whacking around the air conditioner, I believe that somebody had cut the air conditioning line or cut the grass too low. I can't remember now. It's been so long ago, but I would tell you this. He was madder than a hornet, man. He came out yelling, cussing, angry at us. I remember the conversation over the phone because he was very upset, and he was screaming at me. It was the first time I ever dealt with an angry customer in my entire life. And it was a simple error mistake, and it gladly would have fixed the issue for him immediately. And we did. We went right over, addressed the issue immediately. He was happy, calmed down, and everything happened the way that it was supposed to. We ended up getting referrals out of it. But that very easily could have went south real quick with him being that angry and that mad. So having proper errors and omissions insurance in place, especially if you do design work or advice work, might be good for your commercial small contracting business. All right. We got some more facts for you. Again, rising lawsuit. So the median jury award in personal injury cases was $41,000 in 2019. With some awards reaching far higher. Umbrella insurance can cover the cost beyond standard policy limits. So keep that in mind. Cost of legal defense. Legal defense can quickly exceed standard liability policy limits. Umbrella insurance ensures that these costs do not directly impact your small contractor's bottom line. Multi-million-dollar claims. Around 13% of personal injury liability awards and settlements were for $1 million or more in 2016. For small contractors, an umbrella policy can provide coverage for these potential issues that could come up. So we want to make sure that we have the proper protections in place. About vehicle-related liabilities, in 2019, there were 6.7 million motor vehicle crashes in the U.S. Umbrella insurance can extend beyond commercial auto policy to cover large claims. Protection against unforeseen risk. Approximately 40% of businesses are likely to experience a property or liability claim in the next 10 years. And an umbrella insurance ensures comprehensive coverage for unexpected major claims. And enhanced peace of mind. With increasing litigious society, guys, the likelihood of a lawsuit against a contractor is significantly higher. An umbrella policy will offer you the assurance that even a substantial legal judgment won't endanger your business and destroy you. This is what we want, guys. We want to make sure that we have the proper insurances in place so that in the event that when something happens, we've got the proper protections for you. And who's gone through and reviewed your insurance policies recently? Who has sat down and taken the time to look through deck pages with you and comprehensively review all of your insurances to make sure that you have the proper insurances in place? If you haven't done that, you need to sit down with an agent and have a conversation about a comprehensive review for your insurances. All right. So obviously what we were talking about is an umbrella policy. I pulled this meme off of Facebook. I believe this was Socrates or Aristotle. I'm not sure which one said this, but it was one of them. Maybe one of the other famous philosophers. But he said, "He who does no wrong will not fear the investigations of the injustice." That's in the event that you have the proper insurances in place, because even if you haven't done anything wrong and you're sued in today's modern society, it still might end up costing you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars in attorney fees to defend yourself. And then what? Then what do you do? Then you're stuck. So umbrella insurance is important. Umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage above the limits of your primary insurance policies, such as like your general liability or commercial auto insurance. It also offers extra protection in case of catastrophic events or lawsuits that exceed your standard policy limits. So umbrella insurance, just like this famous philosopher said, we don't need to fear injustices when I've done no wrong. Like Nathan says, if you have the proper insurances in place. All right. What do the facts say? The average cost associated with a cyber attack for small businesses was around $8,000. So I guess if you're sitting there thinking, well, $8,000 doesn't seem like that much, but yeah, that's still $8,000 I'd rather have in your pocket than in the cyber attacker's pocket, right? How about this? Many small businesses, 38%, pay less than $100 a month for cyber liability insurance, and 33% pay between $100 and $200 per month. It is not that expensive to have the proper insurances in place. If a data breach costs a business about $250 per client or customer, a cyber liability insurance policy with a $1 million occurrence limit and a $1 million aggregate limit will be high enough to protect any business that handles a few thousand records. Some clients require independent contractors to carry a third-party cyber liability insurance before they can begin work on a project. Some. And cyber liability insurance provides coverage for risks associated with cybercrime, such as data breaches, hacking, or ransomware attacks. And lastly, it helps cover the cost of recovering the data, notifying the customers, and providing credit monitoring services for the affected customers. So that's obviously, we're talking about this cyber liability insurance, and cyber liability insurance protects your business from data breaches, cyber attacks, and other cyber risks. And it covers the costs associated with notifying affected parties, data recovery, legal defenses, if your business experiences a cyber incident. And this type of insurance is essential in the digital age as it helps safeguard your business sensitive information and reputation. All right. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those presentations from a company that teaches you how to protect your data. So the IT companies, if you've ever been to a presentation where they teach you how to protect your data, they walk you through step after step about ways that criminals might be attacking your records. And in the event that that happens, that your IT programs aren't properly in place and documented, and you haven't mitigated the risk, you open yourself up to additional liability that you don't need to if you take the proper steps with your IT company to protect yourself. So now you've taken the steps to protect yourself and something happens. What happens? What coverages do you have in place to help restore yourself back to whole? That's what cyber liability coverage comes in. All right, got some more facts to share with you. Here, 32% of all construction firms with 50 to 200 employees and 20% of all firms with fewer than 50 employees have EPLI coverage. What is EPLI coverage? I'll explain it to you in just a second. According to a review of insurance providers, a standard $1 million EPLI policy for small business can cost between $800 to $1,500 on average. So I'm talking to you about some costs that you might not be aware of, that you're thinking, okay, Nathan, you're talking about adding more insurances to my business. I don't know what EPLI insurance is. I don't have EPLI insurances. As of right now, I don't even care about EPLI insurances. And I get it, and hold on. The risk of being sued by an employee is a very real situation for a lot of small businesses. I was working for one organization. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but we were sued by an employee. And during that lawsuit, ended up costing the organization almost $50,000 plus additional settlement costs. That was the attorney fees, $50,000 in the attorney fees with an organization I was working for that was sued by one of the internal employees. All right. This is a very real possibility, and it happens every single, just about every day in America. According to the AmTrust Financial, small businesses are more likely to face employment practice liability claims than larger businesses. And this is because employees that are going to sue, that are sue happy, who are they going to go work for? Do you think that they're going to try to go work for and get through the background checks and all of that kind of stuff with large organizations who have all of the HR and things in place? Or do you think they might target your business, your small contracting company? Most people who are employees that sue, I'm not going to say all, because there's a lot of people in this country who have been wronged and they deserve to receive the lawsuit settlements that they get. There's also a number of people in this country that are malicious, and they go into your business and they go in with the intention of, how can I get more from you? And when that's the case, EPLI coverage steps in for you. EPLI coverage is not required by law in the United States, but it offers coverage beyond general professional liability by protecting the company if current, past, or prospective employees sue for alleged wrongful treatment. Okay, so that's what EPLI insurance is. And so EPLI insurance is what we call employment practices liability insurance. Employment practice liability insurance provides coverage for legal expenses and damages that arise from employee-related claims such as wrongful termination, discrimination, or harassment. It's crucial for protecting your business from potential lawsuits brought by current or former employees. So there you go. So, wow, we've talked about a lot of different insurance practices for your small contracting business. You might feel like the butterfly in this situation, or maybe you feel like the caterpillar. Wow, you've changed. And the butterfly says, we're supposed to. We're supposed to. That's part of your growth as a business owner and as a small contractor, or as an employee that's bringing this information back for small contracting businesses. We're supposed to grow, change, and get better, and to feel better, knowing the right steps to take. And so if you're having an inkling that maybe there's some coverages or maybe there's some information that you're supposed to be doing or taking care of right now, and you're just not doing it, please, please, please contact your insurance agent and get these things worked out for your business. All right, so I do have some questions to ask before meeting with your insurance agent. These are some questions that anytime you meet with your insurance agent, and especially in the first time that you're doing a comprehensive review, you might want to get some of these questions answered ahead of time. What are your specific business activities? What does your business do? So it's different if your business cuts down trees versus if your business is a plumber. Those are two different lines of work. If your business does both, you might want to have those documented and know what specific activities your business does, right? Cool. How about this one? What safety measures do you have in place? We're talking about risk and mitigating risk, and so we want to look at comprehensively what's going on in your business. You might need to know what safety measures you have in place in order to protect yourself against some of these losses that we talked about. How about this one? What are your growth plans? Where do you plan your business to grow to? What does it look like in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? What does that look like in your business? If you know this information, it helps your insurance agent tremendously to be able to assess the risks associated with your business so we can plug those gaps and fill up your bucket so your tree starts to grow. And I have to ask you, who do you know that needs to hear this information? look, guys, we do a lot of public speaking here at Web Insurance, and Scott and I'd be happy to talk to any group or organization that you know that needs to hear this information. In addition to that, if you know somebody online right now that you could share this information with, yes, I'm talking to you, Kim. Yes, I'm talking to you, Judette. I see you online. If you know somebody that needs this information, the replay will be live on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and check out Web Insurance. You can also share this out on any social media platform. You can tag or have people subscribe to our YouTube channel that you feel need to hear this kind of information, especially if they have a small contracting business. Please get this into their hands so they know what they're looking at from a contracting business standpoint on what they need to take care of to plug those holes. And lastly, you can call us or visit our website. Our phone number is 636-946-0001, and our website is www.webinsurance.com. That's WEBBINSURANCE.com. If you would like to talk to somebody from our organization and feel that we would take the appropriate comprehensive look at all of your insurances and help you plug yourself up from any of the risk of losses so that you can start to fill your buckets, and start to pay attention to more of the top end of that pyramid and take some of those risks and generate the ROI that you're looking for. I once saw that if you can save and hold on to your money, let's say that you invested $6,000 and I saved you through the mitigation of losing like $50,000 that could have been lost in a lawsuit, and we end up saving you the $50,000 on your $6,000. Isn't that a better ROI than 8% than you could get in the market, or even a 20% of investing in a new line of business? Look, smart people do things, guys, with their finances that others of us struggle to understand. And one of the things that smart people do with their finances is they utilize the base of their financial pyramid to get all of the protection they need so they can stack the other pieces on top. If you want growth in your business and you wonder why you're not getting it, give us a call, 636-946-0001, or visit www.webinsurance.com, and somebody from our team will be happy to talk to you and service your account long-term. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me. Appreciate you hopping on this webinar. You guys have been awesome. I really appreciate the time that we've spent together, and I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Until next time, I'm Nathan with Web Insurance. Bye, guys.